EFL TV is back for season 2013. A little bit of a different format, but still all thanks to Ferntree, Gully, Holden, where driving and local footy means a great deal. Looking forward to hosting this year, as is this man, my co-host. He's been very up and about for the EFL season for quite a number of months, and he doesn't have to wait any longer because the footy starts this weekend. Peter Baird, welcome, and I know you're looking forward to not only this program but EFL footy this year.
Oh, I can't wait to get out to the footy, mate. It all kicks off on Friday night under lights at Bayswater Oval between Bayswater and Mulgrave. It's going to be a fantastic season opener. And then the rest of the round on Saturday and the one game on Sunday.
Yes, well, next week on EFL TV, we'll cover that Sylvan and Coldstream match for the Brett Hartman Shield. But Frosty, immediately our attention turns to your top 50, which has everyone talking across Facebook, Twitter, the forum. Everyone is talking about your top 50. It's created plenty of traffic through the EFL website. So far, you've revealed players 11 to 40, Rod Crow at 11 all the way through to Max Kruger from the Basin at 50. Tell us about the process and how difficult the process has been for you so far.
It's been a lot tougher than I thought it would be, Ben. You asked me about a month ago whether or not we could sit down and do an EFL top 50 players list. It's been a painstakingly difficult job. We set some criteria around who we couldn't include. We wanted to get the players that have made a name for themselves in the competition over the last couple of years, but also players that would be in the EFL still this year. So that ruled out a lot of high profile players that have perhaps moved on to other competitions or moved on to a higher standard of football. They weren't eligible for inclusion. Made the job a little bit easier. Not that much tougher though when you're considering you've got 2,500 players to select from and narrow it down to the top 50. Pretty tough job.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very difficult job, but you've done a good job so far. A couple of players we want to bring up. One of them is the top-ranked player from outside Division 1, which is Joel Galvin. He comes in at position number 17, the reigning Kenneth Wright medalist. He's a superstar and set for a big season in 2013.
Oh, he's fantastic. The captain of Bayswater. The umpires voted him last year the best player in Division 2. I tend to agree with him. He's got a fantastic size for a midfielder, really intimidating about the way he goes about his business. Ferocious attack on the ball. I reckon he's the best player outside of Division 2. Outside of Division 1, sorry.
Yes, well, they could be in Division 1 very soon, Bayswater, if the cards fall nicely. A very good player outside of Division 1 is Trent Farmer from Ringwood. Now, Brett Davidson, now coach of the Waverley Blues, former coach at Chirnside Park, said last year he thought Trent Farmer was close to the best player in the competition. You ranked him at number 30. You obviously rate him very highly as well.
I do. He was fantastic last year at centre-half forward for the Redbacks. He just leads up. He provides a fantastic marking target. He runs all day. Fantastic at ground level. He's only young. He's a player really to watch. He's going to get better as the years go on.
Yeah, maybe a glaring omission out of the top 10 because he's already been revealed is Stevie Kenner, Rob Sharp's man. Now, Sharpie was a little livid when he didn't see Steve Kenner make away. Well, when he saw Steve Kenner come out, and he was expecting him to be revealed in the Eastern Footballer this weekend in the top 10. Frosty, what have you got to say to Sharpie and all the fans out there? Is Stevie Kenner a little stiff?
Maybe, but there's so many fantastic players. I think all the players that are in that top 10, deserve their spot in there. It's so hard. You can't fit them all in. There's only 10 spots in the top 10. Unfortunately for Stevie, I've got him at 13, but that's a really fantastic spot to be in anyway. There's only 12 players better than him in the competition, so in my eyes. So, fantastic player, Stevie Kenner.
Great spot if you don't believe in unluckiness, of course, coming at number 13. But Stevie Kenner is an absolute ripping player. Now, we have to say the top 10. Everyone's been asking, when's the top 10 going to be revealed? It will be revealed this weekend in the Eastern Footballer, in the local EFL record. Pick up a copy at the gate for $2.50. Always a great event, Frosty, the EFL season launch. We had that last Wednesday night at Ferntree, Gully, Holden. Always do a magnificent job. Brett Field and the team out there at hosting the night. We did happen to catch up with members from both Bayswater and Mulgrave who had representatives there ahead of the big Friday night match this Friday night. Of course, from Bayswater, we caught up with Captain Joel Galvin, and from Mulgrave, Coach Ryan James. Braden Ingram caught up with both of them.
Now, you got Mulgrave this Friday night, next Friday night. Got to be looking forward to that. First game under lights ever on a Friday night to open the season for the AFL. Got to be looking forward to it.
Yeah, you don't get to play night games too often, and a Friday night, in front of, game opener, season opener. Yeah, looking really forward to it. Can't wait.
And how's the preparation been leading up, especially in the last couple of weeks building up to the game?
Yeah, we had a practice match under lights last Wednesday, which was a good hit out, getting used to the lights. It's a little bit different during dark to daylight, obviously, but no, the lights are ready to go. The ground's amazing and training's been top shelf. We're ready to go.
And did you find conditions with any dew or anything like that, or was it pretty easy to handle the footy?
Yeah, no, we used one of the yellow footies, or the bad yellow footies, bit of a latex on the top, and it was a bit hot and the sweat. The ball was slipping through a little bit, but probably just more adjusting to the light, getting caught in there's 4 light towers up there, but no, the boys adapted pretty well to it. So hopefully in a week and a half time we're ready to go.
And what are you expecting from Mulgrave? Big game for them, especially against on a Friday night against your club. What do you expect them to bring?
They're going to be ready to go. Obviously they had a bit of a down season last year and sort of recovered towards the end. They've obviously got a few players they've recruited and sort of, they're a little bit more depth through the midfield and that. So I'm quite looking forward to take the challenge of taking them on. They don't know much about us with a few boys we've lost, and we don't know too much about them with players they've got. Yeah.
And have you picked up a couple of new players? How are they going around the track?
Yeah, we've picked up 3 or 4 boys from Northcote Park. Darren Murphy's back from he used to play with us in Winter East Mines for a couple of years. They're great. They're looking top nick on the training track. They're fit, strong, beautiful skills. So hopefully we can introduce them into our game plan and run.
Well, Joel, thanks for joining us here on EFL TV. Good luck for next Friday night and for the rest of for the entire season.
Cheers, mate.
Ryan, got to be looking forward to the season, especially to start Bayswater under lights next Friday night.
Yeah, can't wait. It's been a long build-up for us. It's obviously good to play Bayswater with a rivalry with them and being under lights. And we've spoken about it all pre-season with the boys. We're looking forward to it and looking forward to the contest.
How's the preparation been? Obviously, the last couple of seasons have been building up. You struggled a little bit. How are you feeling for this game and for the rest of the season?
We're really confident. We targeted certain aspects in recruiting. We landed who we went after. The young boys are another year older. We're confident of where we're at, and we'll find out next Friday night.
And the game on Friday night, have you had a chance to do a bit of a practice match in the twilight, sort of get used to the conditions, the dew, things like that, or not really?
Yeah, we actually played last Thursday night. We played Pearcedale down at Pearcedale, and we had a good result. So, touch wood, barring no injuries this week, we're going in pretty much full strength.
And for this game next Friday, who do you think you're going to have to close down? Who's most obviously Joel Garvin's going. We spoke to him just before, but who's going to be vital to close down if you're going to have a chance at beating Bayswater?
Obviously, Joel's probably the best midfielder in the comp. Obviously, got me mate Winnow, who we know about. Probably McInerney, but I think just we're not really too worried about what they're going to do. We understand what we need to do, and if we stick to our game style, we'll go all right.
Obviously, it's about results this season, but is it more just this year you just want consistency and the boys meeting the challenge? If they can do that, well, that's something you'll be happy about across the year?
Yeah, we've got internal targets we've spoken about, but the boys know where it's at. We've obviously, I heard the boys on the radio on the way in, and they don't rate us, which is fine, but we know where it's at, and we've got internal indicators, and we're planning on being around and about the mark. So we've got some big name recruits that no one really knows a lot about, but we know where they've come from, so we'll be all right.
Ryan, good luck for next Friday night, and thanks for joining us here on EFL TV.
Mulgrave coach Ryan James there with Braden Ingram. Both teams obviously very confident, Frosty, heading into Friday night's match. Who do you think will win?
I'm going to tip the waters. I reckon they're going to be too quick for the Mulgrave side. Mulgrave will improve this year, but I don't reckon they can get over the line against Bayswater. Both teams, they'll be looking to kick off their season with a fantastic win first up.
Well, it should be a fantastic event nonetheless, no matter of the result. Of course, Bayswater putting on the first ever Friday night match for points, the first ever EFL season opener of its kind. You were out at Bayswater a couple of weeks ago at night for a Bayswater-Lilydale practice game. It sounds like there was a great atmosphere and a ripping crowd.
Oh, it was. It was a huge crowd out there. It was a fantastic night for football, but people just seem to flock to Bayswater Oval. The lights are fantastic. It really complements what is the best venue in the Eastern Football League, and I expect to be a huge crowd out there. Make sure you get there early, and there could be some limited parking out there. So get out there, get dropped off, get public transport, but make sure you're there early.
I think we're probably going to play maybe Ringwood in the grand final. Haven't seen too many of the third division teams, but I hear they've picked up a few players and made finals last year, and we think they'll be the biggest threat.
All right, I think it's going to be a pretty even competition. just looking at the recruits and who's in and who was good last year, I think probably Baronia and they've recruited really well, and with Grice coming back in and Willow and a few other boys, should be hard to beat, I think.
Okay, I think it's a bit of the unknown this year. We're going to find out over the next few weeks. But obviously, Baronia have recruited really well, as have Mitcham, Wanty South.
Yeah, I think the side that's going to be the biggest competition in 2013 is Wantirna South. They're going to be the biggest improvers. They play a very exciting style of football, and I think they're going to be the ones to watch.
No, I think Baronia, they've been around the mark the last few years. They've picked up a lot of players again. I see they've picked up Williams from Scoresby, and Ringwood have been around the mark also. So they've got a lot of depth there also, and the way they played last year and the way they used the ground and finish off the end of the season, I think it'll be definitely Baronia.
Me being a new coach into the competition, I don't really necessarily know who we're going to be playing, but Brent's boys look like they've recruited pretty well over the off-season and were thereabouts last year, so I think they might be the team to beat come September this year.
Great to hear from some of those Division 3 coaches about who they think might be the best team outside of theirs, of course, in 2013. Speaking of 2013, EFL TV will be having a Play of the Week / Play of the Year in 2013, Frosty. So it's going to be a big event here. We'll be promoting quite regularly some of the best players and goals throughout the year. So what you have to do is, if you're watching a game that's being filmed in Division 1, or your club's getting filmed by Johnny Higgins and the team at Sports Vision or any other filming company, send to competitions@efl.org.au the game that you were at and a play, goal or mark that you thought was outstanding, the time of the quarter. Let me know through competitions@efl.org.au, and we'll plan to show those right throughout the 2013 season. So we're looking forward to seeing some of the best players. There's some great players in the EFL, Frosty. We saw earlier on in the promo Michael Zippy King kicking that great goal, and of course great marks there from Dalton and Johnson from Norwood. There's always plenty of great plays happening.
Oh, there is, mate. Every week we see fantastic pieces of play, whether it be a mark, a goal, anything out there. So if you people out there in the EFL community see what you think is worthy to be showcased here on EFL TV, send it into competitions@efl.org.au. Let us know where we can find the vision. We'll show it here. We'll be able to vote for what is each week the play of the week in the EFL. Ultimately, we'll head towards the EFL Play of the Year.
Well, Frosty, that brings to an end the first edition of EFL TV for season 2013. Make sure you stay tuned to efl.org.au right throughout the year for this show and, of course, the Mighty Friday preview. We'll be back this Friday afternoon. Make sure you log on and check that out. Frosty, been great having you on board here for EFL TV for today, and I'm sure you'll be around plenty of times throughout season 2013. I just say, throw the ball up. Let's get round one underway.
I can't wait, mate. The new look EFL TV is going to be fantastic this year. We're going to show a whole lot of different things. We're going to have some new segments, so make sure you keep tuning in every Wednesday afternoon. Bring on the footy. I can't wait for the weekend.
Bring it on. Thanks, Frosty, and thanks for tuning in here on EFL TV. All thanks again to Ferntree, Gully, Holden, where driving and local footy means a great thing.